Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Rage, and we are back today with a very exciting update in regards to my account, guys. Finally unlocking Professor Xavier himself. And remember, guys, I'm completely free to play, so no battle passes, no strike passes. The infusion of the Intel store, obviously now having also the antimatter store, has been phenomenal just to give us the extra boost there in character 20 resources. So I'm pretty excited to show you guys Professor Xavier's kit, but as well, more importantly, we got some arena footage for you guys to showcase how powerful he is going to be. And again, we're going to be doing some mirror matches, but there's been a Black Cat version of this team being circulated where you can actually challenge other Fantastic Four members to counter in addition to Professor Xavier, guys. So really exciting. And again, his release was only in March, but thankfully we were able to actually get it in just 4 months. So it's just a testament to grinding and making sure that you're always managing which resources. And obviously, I feel like in the last month or so, they have been releasing more and more Gear Tier 20 pieces. So gotta give credit where credit's due. Scopely's done a phenomenal job of that. Now, having said that, I am one of 10 people in my current arena bracket with the Professor Xavier. So understandably so, you know, being free to play, it's kind of cool to see that I am in the top 10, even despite no spending. And to be able to compete with some of these Dolphins and spenders is really cool. Again, arena is always about building the top 5-6 characters that you can manage, and now we can actually just rake in those power cores day in, day out. So what makes Professor Xavier so powerful compared to the other mythic characters, and really why he's going to be kind of staying on top of the ladder for quite some time, guys? We'll start off with a special ability here. Devastating ability, right? First and foremost, if he does not have 2 or more exhausts, he already clears an exhaust and exposure on himself. He also reduces the duration of all negative effects by 2 in addition to a heal, so a very powerful special ability already. And as well, do the following to the primary and adjacent targets. He's going to be reducing the duration of all positive effects, including the clearing of charges. Defense down, blind, disruption, trauma, and as well, if the primary or adjacent targets are also controller, he's going to be tacking in a ability block as well. So we'll be using that, and you'll be seeing how useful that is. But what I really like about this ability is that he also mind controls any 2 characters with the most damage to attack, so a bit of that cerebral kicking in, as you'll see. And as well, even summoning Age of X Cyclops version, where he's able to come in with safeguard and defense up and provide a little bit of added extra damage there. On top of that, this special also does clear the battlefield effect on the allied side, and it's unavoidable and can't be blocked or counterattacked. So you'll see all of Xavier's abilities are actually quite devastating. Exception is that he is a bit of a glass cannon. You know, he is quite squishy, and I do have him on the lower red stars as I couldn't take advantage of that limited time event that was released in the initial beginning. But Psionic Pacification Ultimate, guys, you'll see this ability is an absolute blast. Just devastating damage. He's flipping offense down, so ensures that he always has offense up if it's on him. He's clearing all barrier on all enemies. He reduces the duration of all positive effects. Now, because it includes the word all there, that does include safeguard as well. Very devastating. Attacking all enemies under 25% HP for 25% of his max HP. Ignores death proof, and as well passes that trigger. So bypassing even Thanos endgame, his passive trigger that kicks in. Attacking all other enemies for 750% piercing, also reducing the max HP of the target by the same amount. And icing on the cake, guys, is that characters killed by this attack also cannot be revived, as well as being unavoidable and can't be blocked. More notably, you'll see both the special and ultimate in real time here with the arena battles, but also on the passive end, in case you're not understanding his kit, this is what he's also doing behind the scenes. Until he completes a turn, enemies can't assist. Enemies cannot gain taunt, speed up, or defense up, and allies cannot gain darkness or slow. So really kind of going against null already inherently in the arena meta. In addition to that, all characters' speed bar can only be filled up or reduced by normal means. On the enemy turn, there's going to be a mind control attack. He's going to be adding additional damage on that attack, reducing the max HP, as well as even before that mind control, also clearing the barrier on the highest damage, and as well as filling up his speed bar in addition to the flipping of defense down. So quite a mouthful here with the abilities. And after that, any character that uses their ultimate ability, he does not have exhaust. He's also going to be applying barrier on himself, and as well also reducing the duration of negative effects. So this is why Xavier's so hard to deal with, especially when you're in some PvE content, as we kind of saw the danger room, and you're using your ults, well, it kind of works against you, especially if it's a big Xavier, right? And then enemies with defense down that normally cannot gain trauma can now gain trauma, so it kind of reverses that effect. And then more importantly as well, if you're planning to use Xavier like myself in arena, if he does not have any mythic enemies cannot have their max HP increase through the passive ability. So it kind of renders some of those passives being provided actually useless. The focus and damage of him can only be reduced by negative effects. So that's in a nutshell for the kit, guys. Let's get into some gameplay. This is a really cool counter utilizing Black Cat, and I think a couple of content creators have also circulated this as well, but I heard about it actually from my line, so big shout out to them. Let me showcase now for you the team that's going to be able to mirror match some of these enemy teams, and we can punch up quite significantly as well. So in this gameplay, you'll see that I'm actually attacking a 2 million punch up, guys. And as you can see, like I said, we got the 3-piece of Fantastic Four in addition to my level 100 Black Cat and Professor Xavier himself. So first things first, the reason this team works is because you can actually use Black Cat's special to stun the enemy opposing Franklin Richards from the get-go. Now, it's very, very important, guys. Because we're doing such a massive punch up, we have to use Franklin's ultimate right from the get-go, but we also need to ensure that we're focusing on Professor Xavier from the very get-go, because otherwise, we're just not going to stand a chance. Now, I've seen different versions of you can using Invisible Woman's ultimate first. I like her special because it does apply the ability block on Professor Xavier, and it sticks even despite the fact that Odin actually does the heal. Sometimes the ability block also still stays put, but again, you'll see that if you did the turn order right, our Professor Xavier should go again. And then as well, now he has that adjacent ability block, as we kind of saw in the kit details, and landing on all three. And it's ideal when you're targeting some of these enemies that if Odin as well as Franklin Richards and Xavier are all kind of grouped up together, it's kind of ideal, as you can see, right? Xavier easily becoming short work there. And as well, now we can actually just focus in on finishing off Odin. I still think he's still the second most important character to take down. He's still in the meta for the time being anyways. And we haven't seen, how this is obviously going to be dictated by once more folks get access to higher star levels of the Fantastic Four. But even the enemy I'm against right now is a pretty big whale. You can see they got like some 6 stars, 5-6 stars of the Fantastic Four, and that big ultimate as you saw from Professor Xavier. And again, guys, check this out. Look at how much more built my enemy is, right? The Franklin Richards has additional stars. The Mr. Fantastic, the Sue Storm, 700k higher, in addition to, our Black Cat just being so small. The point I'm trying to drive home is that we can use this strategy to actually punch up quite significantly, and that's how I'm going to stay consistent in being in the top 10 as well, even having a lower TCP compared to the rest of my enemies here. So hope this helps, guys. Hope the strategy is great for you guys to try out as well. But again, a huge accomplishment in my account. I'm pretty excited. I'm sure other folks like myself here are going to start getting access to Xavier because of the abundance now of Gear Tier 20. So good luck with the grind. Hopefully my videos also help you guys as well, and enjoy the arena climb as we get higher and higher here, especially with the exciting addition now of Professor Xavier. Thank you for your time as always, guys, and I'll catch you in the next one.